It's time for some ribs.
Here we go.
All right, we're here in the studio, Digital Street Studio, for the Know Your Risk in Business show. I'm here with Al Escobar. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you today,
And we have Joey Fulkerson and the Indemnifiers there in the band.
Indemnifiers.
How you guys doing today?
Watch out, watch out.
What do we do to deserve such great musicians in the house here today, Kevin?
I paid him a lot of money.
It's
to
going
do
to
that.
cost. It's going to cost.
It's going to cost us big money. That's how you get musicians in a room.
Hey, it works.
So we're going to be talking about risk in business for all the small business owners that are listening out there, and we're going to talk a little bit about some things today. Actually, our topic today are workplace injuries and the top 3 workplace injuries. And Al, you've never had a workplace injury, have you?
I've had a few workplace injuries.
That's the reason, right?
But where's his?
I was waiting for the drums or something.
Chris,
Nobody could tell that was a joke, Kevin. That's why I make the jokes and you write the insurance policy.
Okay, well, I'll stay on the insurance topics.
Chris had a workplace injury, didn't you, Chris?
I certainly did.
Chris is the drummer of the Indemnifiers, and
Yes, I did.
we don't have the video rolling for the drummer though.
It was too much cowbell. Too much cowbell.
Oh, for goodness sake!
But
Okay. All right, so small business owners don't have a whole lot of time, so we're going to get right to the topics. And we have the top 3 causes of workplace injuries, and this is as per Liberty Mutual's recent study. And those 3 are overexertion, falls from the same level, and struck by an object or equipment. And we're going to talk about those. So let's go to the first one, Al. Overexertion, and you know what that is. That's lifting, stretching, pulling.
I always give 110%.
Well, I know that, but that doesn't mean you're going to be overexerting yourself.
Well, it is overexerting myself.
Well, most of the employees out there...
I'm lifting more than I can.
Right,
I'm
that's
trying
true.
to do my best.
That's true.
I didn't want to have to ask Ricky to come off of his lunch break, so I picked up those amps by myself.
Well, what happens in a small business is...
And now I got to fill out an accident report.
Now, there's more to it than that. What happens is that the employee tends to try to overdo things because they're probably not trained right, but they overexert. Usually back is number 1, lower back's number 1 out of that overexertion. You also have the strains. You've got the reaching too far, pulling too much weight, and that creates a lot of problems. Workplace injury number 1, overexertion. And number 2 is falls from the same level, and that's not, what do you think? Give me your thoughts on
Like
falls
the
from
time
same level.
my legs fell asleep and I went to stand up and fell on my face. Is that?
Actually, that would count, but I don't know if there's a risk management solution to that other than stop drinking before you go to work.
I wasn't that. I was sitting on my ass too long. That's what.
Well,
Too much coffee.
we have to bleep that, folks. So that's even in this. But we'll go to falls from
I
the same.
can't say that.
No, you can say that.
Okay.
Falls from the same level. Basically, that's tripping over your own feet, falling over.
Clutter, maybe?
Clutter, yeah, clutter's hanging out in a workplace. And then the third thing is struck by an object, which is probably forklifts, vehicles, things that fall off of shelves.
The girl in the cube next to you.
That's Chris, our drummer over there.
Yes, giving her a hard time.
And you fell from the same level, Chris?
Who got hit with what object?
She threw a stapler at him.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Is
there
that
you go.
what it
Now
was?
that
Okay, that makes sense.
Now that makes a lot of sense, especially if it's
I
Chris.
hate it when that happens.
Yes.
Yeah, so those are all struck by an object. So you got overexertion is number 1, by far number 1. About 40% of all workplace injuries is overexertion. Falls from the same level, it's about 20%. And again, people tripping over their things in the workplace. And the third thing is struck by an object, and that could be anything, including a stapler thrown from another employee.
coworker, yeah.
Coworker. So
Somebody gets run over in the parking lot with their car, or
Well, what happens is they're not paying attention. So you've got let's say you got a big warehouse and you've got trucks coming in and out. You've got forklifts coming in and out, and you get a whole bunch of a lot of things going on. That's how people get hurt. So, and as a small business owner, you're going to have to understand that those three things: overexertion, falls from the same level, and struck by an object or equipment. If you can mitigate those or knock those back, you can pretty much stop almost 60-70% of all workplace injuries, because those are your top three.
That's a lot of percentage.
It's a lot of percentage. And the reason that we'll talk in the next segment, the reason why these things are still prevalent and they're still high as far as a percentage.
That's convenient to fall and hurt yourself and get a couple days off with pay.
Yeah, but it's
Doesn't
never
cut
it's
into
never
your-
as good as it
Doesn't cut into your vacation time and such.
never as good as it seems. So let's
Not with a good policy and some good risk management, right?
well, we're
Kevin?
going to talk about the risk management side of
Yeah.
this thing on the next segment. So let's go out into our commercial break, and we're going to go out with the Joey Fulkerson and the Indemnifiers, and we're here listening to the Know Your Risk in Business show. I'm Kevin Nemeth,
And I'm Foulmouth Al. We'll be right back right after this. Hi, this is Foulmouth Al, also known as Al Luscavar. When it comes to real estate, if you want your best price in your time frame, give me a call, 302-423-0276, or check me out in the Delaware Real Estate Show at alluscavar.com.
Hey, this is Joey Fulkerson and the Indemnifiers. You're listening to the Know Your Risk in Business show.
You better know it.
Hey, this is Kevin Nemeth, president of CNC Insurance Associates, and if you're looking for small business insurance to help your protect the number one asset, and that is your business, give us a call, and you can look us up at www.cncinsurance.com. And we're back here live at Digital Street Studio for the Know Your Risk in Business show. I'm Kevin Nemeth, and I'm sitting with,
Foulmouth Al.
and that was Joey Fulkerson and the Indemnifiers.
Yeah,
Awesome
baby.
job out
Awesome.
there. Awesome job over there.
Man, I'm so excited to have such an awesome band sitting here with us, Kevin.
They're incredible, and they just got together the first time like 10 minutes ago. Well, anyway,
highly trained professionals.
highly trained is absolutely correct.
On tour of Sussex County, Delaware.
Well, people from all over the world will be listening to this, Chris, and they don't have no idea what Sussex County, Delaware is.
You'll be huge in Guam.
It is.
Okay, Al, so you do stand-up comedy and you do real estate. You're an entrepreneur. You got a lot of different businesses. So let me ask you a question. If you were standing on stage and you fell off the stage, is that number one, number two, or number three in the top workplace injuries?
If you fall off the stage, I think that's number 2.
I think it might be number 2 is right. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, you win.
What do
the
I
prize.
win?
It's a brand new car.
So let's talk a little bit about the risk management things that small business owners can do to kind of prevent these things. Again, if they can knock out these top 3, overexertion, falls from the same level, and struck by object or equipment, they can knock out 60-70% of all injuries on the workplace.
Absolutely.
So let me think. What do you think, Al?
That's a big deal. I mean, if you can get together a good policy and train your people on that policy and what those procedures are, and constantly update that and keep your people in constant meetings. Keep those meetings going, because you get lots. A lot of companies have turnover in people. Just keep your people in tune with what's going on. That's got to be one of the best ways you can manage that risk, is just to let people know what the policies are and the procedures. Have them sign off on that stuff, and because you can only manage them so much. You can't walk around with walk them by the hand all the time.
Now, the show's over. Al just hit the mark.
There you go.
Actually,
Let's get out of here. Where's my check?
The first overexertion, that is absolutely correct. Training is the number one thing to do on the risk management side of things in overexertion. You train people how to lift right. You train people how to reach and pull right. You train them how to use mechanical devices to help them not exert themselves.
Also in number 2, because you got to keep your workplace clean. If I trip over these boxes that Ricky keeps leaving back here, who am I going to sue? Ricky ain't got no money. You got all the money, brother.
I don't have all the money. Ricky's got all the money. Look at the equipment he's got in
I
there.
know.
Look at those clothes he's wearing. Come on.
Oh, yeah, I never thought about that. He's got like $8 million in equipment, don't he?
Cadillac Escalade out in the parking lot.
What? That's his? Holy,
indeed.
never mind.
So anyway, we've got
Keep leaving them boxes out there, brother.
training is the best way to stop overexertion claims, and number 2, housekeeping and cleaning up after your people in the workplace.
Keep your shows tight.
Actually, making sure everybody understands what it takes to have a clean workplace will actually prevent number 2. And then struck by an object. What do you think? How do you stop that from happening? You got trucks running around a workplace. You got forklifts, and you got angry coworkers throwing staples at other coworkers.
Well, I mean, you got to have a policy against throwing staplers, but don't you have to keep your equipment maintained? Aren't those like big trucks supposed to have beepers on them?
There you go. Absolutely. The trucks should have beepers on them. They should have backing alarms, those kind of things. Also, you should have a safety person. If you got a bunch of trucks in a parking lot, a lot of people around, you should have somebody standing behind these trucks to make sure there's nobody behind. You should have a procedure for that. Forklifts training is another thing. The forklifts are running back and forth. Again, they should have beepers and backup alarms. And again, you need to make sure all that stuff is you got trained, documented, and then the maintenance of that is up to speed. So
And put up some signs.
signs do work, but
Signage.
but not all the time do employees watch signs.
And then what do you got to put them up in Spanish, Chinese?
And you have to put them in all the appropriate languages of the workforce
Appropriate languages?
that represent your employee.
Octone, baby.
We'll be talking about that soon, I'm sure.
Well, I put up a sign in the band room. They're not paying attention to it, so I mean, I was sure why we worry about signs. But no, signs do work. Placards and signs do work. So let's do a quick recap. Top 3 workplace injuries, as per Liberty Mutual study, is overexertion, falls from the same level, struck by object or equipment, and we've got ways to risk manage those things. So number 1, how do you risk manage number 1, Al?
Keep people trained, policies, procedures.
Absolutely. How about number 2? Falls from same level.
Same thing. Plus, keep the place cleaned up. Have policies on that too.
And the third one, which is struck by objects or equipment. If you're a small business owner, how do you take care of that?
Keep your equipment up to date. Keep your people trained on how to, watch out for stuff. Even, because anything could fail at any time. Everybody needs to be watching in every direction that they can and doing their job safely.
Man, if you're a really smart guy, Al, I mean, I don't know what the band talked about, but you're a really smart guy.
That's all right. That's why I like to come in.
And he's good looking, too.
That's why he's got his shades on. Yes. All right, so we're
That's because I was in Atlantic City last night.
Well, that's another show.
I met this girl. She should have had one of them beeper things on her.
Oh, well, I think it's time to end the show, man.
Watch out,
I want
she's
to thank
backing up.
everybody for listening in on the Know Your Risk in Business show, and we'll be back here for our next segment next month, and we want to thank the Joey Fulkerson and the Indemnifiers. Let's take us out, guys, and we'll be back here in next month.
He might have me back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, this is Foulmouth Al, also known as Al Lescavar. When it comes to real estate, if you want your best price in your time frame, give me a call, 302-423-0276, or check me out in the Delaware Real Estate Show at allescavar.com.
Hey, this is Joey Fulkerson and the Indemnifiers. You're listening to the Know Your Risk in Business show.
You better know it.
Hey, this is Kevin Nemeth, president of CNC Insurance Associates, and if you're looking for small business insurance to help your protect the number one asset, and that is your business, give us a call, and you can look us up at www.cncinsurance.com. All right, so why don't you guys do a plug? You're listening to the Know Your Risk in Business show. This is the Indemnifiers. I mean, do it as a group or
This
something.
is Joey Chaz Biscuit too.
Hello.
This is Joey Biscuit. There you go. Do something like that. Go ahead.
Hello.
And just say you're listening to the Know Your Risk in Business show.
Hey, this is Joey Fulkerson and the Indemnifiers. You're listening to the Know Your Risk in Business show.
You better know it.
We didn't hear from Rick.
That's
Hello,
what makes
Rick.
it work.
Each one of us do one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ricky Rocket here from what? What are we?
Whatever you want to do, Rick.
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do. You're feeling the Indemnifiers.
It's a rat. Take. Good job, Rick.
It's Joey. It's Joey in the
Yeah,
Indemnifiers,
yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
All right. I got you.
Why don't you guys do it all together? That'd be cool. Like say the same thing, all three of you at the same time.
Take your shoes off, Fuss, and relax.
I want to hear this. Go
We're
ahead.
the Indemnifiers,
What?
and you're listening to the Know Your Risk in Business show.
Say hi. This is Joey Folkeson and the Indemnifiers, and you're listening to the Know Your Risk in Business show.
Hey, this is Joey Fulkerson and the Indemnifiers.
No, all together.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Hey,
Hey,
This is Joey Fulkerson and the Indemnifiers. You're listening to the Know Your Risk in Business show.
Thank you very much.
You
Thank
could do
you.
better than that. I'm gonna hear another
That
one.
was not
Come on,
bad.
that
Let's
was,
do it again.
Yeah, come on.
Do it on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This
Hey.
is Joey Fulkerson.
Hey, this is.
Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey,
Hey, this is Joey Fulkerson and the Indemnifiers. You're listening to the Know Your Risk in Business show.
That'll be good enough.
No.
All right, guys.